Okay, so this is a crucial decision. Kasi lumakas na naman. Ano natin? Ay, hindi na bubuksan. I'm deciding bumalik ng kama. Dahil mababasa lang ako, may asang ulan. Ang sabi naman ng mga taga Maynila, bumalik sa kumot. So yeah, because of that, ano magagawa? Bumalik tayo sa ating lair. Ano gagawin ko? Sayang, nasa bathroom na ako kanina. Bigyan naman. Prayers na lang talaga. Ang bawal ng tulog. At syempre, hindi naman totoo yung balik kama at pagtulog. Dahil, in a way, subconsciously, na ano ka doon. Kaya, at syempre, hindi naman totoo na bumalik sa kama matulog. Dahil, subconsciously, half-heartedly, nakokonsensya ka pa din na hindi ka papasok. And with retrospect, realization. Sinabi ko pa naman sa sarili ko dati na, basta always show up, whatever the reason, just do your part, show up. Yun yung pag-absent ko last time. Kahit ngayon, nagtatawag pa rin yung kama. So, sa bus na lang matutulog. At least that's 3 hours of sleep. Tapos, habol case read. And sana mag-discuss na lang si Po. Yun na lang ang ano natin ngayon. What do you call that? Pakonsuelo. Pero kasi kanina nga umuulan. Tapos, in these times, you'll never know which area, kung nasan yung rain bands. Kung may storm man, kung may typhoon or something. So, ngayon, kanina, ayan, medyo maulan. Tapos ngayon, it's just, ano ba, drizzle. Pero kanina, it's rain showers. And yung pantaas ko, ito yung pang school kasi hindi ako prepared. Sa daily class lang naman kasi face to face ko, tapos uuwi din naman ako. Pero para hindi ako mabasa, yung shorts ko kahapon, yun na lang muna. Tapos kung giginawin ako sa bus, saka ako magpapants. And of course with our backpack. Buti lang ang laki nitong payong na nahiram ko sa bahay. Actually, hindi ko pala nahiram. Hindi ko nasabot. Message ko na. Ang aga pa may is 6:30. Nag-alarm ako ng 4 to monitor. Para nga ako sabi ko, by 5 o'clock, edi umuulan. Tapos wala pang announcement. And then, tapos yan. Gumaya ako ng 5:30. Inisip ko, babalik akong kama. Tapos konting pagmumuni-muni lang, wala pa rin posting. O de, humina. O yun, dumiretso na akong maligo. Kasi nga diba, yung feeling na you're wet, sasakay ka sa aircon na bus, giginawin ka. That feeling, iniwasan ko, pero wala. That will be my sacrifice na lang for the journey on top of mga other negativities in life. We have ulan, but we're still blessed. Yung mga problema natin ganyan ay meron pang mas malalang problema ang ibang tao. So, in a way, isipin mo na lang na you'd rather have this type of problem than something more serious pa or worse. So yun lang. Magandang umaga. Hindi happy Sabado. It's Sabado. But let's make it worth it. Because I missed the bus 30 seconds. Maglalakad na ako sa kanto, dumaan na yung bus na sasakyan ko. Let's just some time by. At hindi ako makasakay ng jeep dahil buo yung pera ko. So I'm in the province and I have to travel like 3 hours to 3 and a half hours para makapunta sa school and in this weather. So ang baon ko ngayon ay 1,000 on a good day. So that's my budget kasi 300 pa lang doon, balik ka na sa bus. Tapos mag-LRT pa ako at jeep. So basically may pamasahe 360, 370. Tapos I'm renting sa Manila. So anong advantage ng online and face-to-face class? So online class, at least hindi ka hassle. Kung nasan ka man, dun ka na. So katulad yan, hindi ko kailangan gumising na maaga. I'm staying with relatives. So syempre yung pagkain, hindi naman siya libre kasi babawi ka din naman syempre kapag paldo ka na. Pero pag hindi nila naubos yung ulam, so kaysa mapanis or pag madami, talaga naman yun. Rice lang ang puhunan. And dito, lagi nagkakaayaan ng mga ganap. So madaming freebies, inuman, party, kainan, gala. Tapos yung 50 pesos mo na motor, makakarating na kami sa bundok or sa ilog para mag-bonding. Imagine, those are the things that you have to consider. But bakit ko kasi gusto na may face-to-face class? Well, aside from learning, mas na-motivate ka kasi na pumasok to do good kasi mas madaming mata, mas madaming tao na nakatingin sa performance mo. So may konting pressure, motivation para mag-aral kaysa nga. And there's networking, di ba? I mean, if pag-abogado, pag-maging attorneys para sa'yo, what's meant is meant. Destiny. You just have to wait for things to go into its rightful places. And yun, I mean, 4 years man yan, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, magiging abogado ka din, but ano ang experience mo sa law school?
parang ang hirap din ako puro online class because tama ba nako? Because I need to sakay ng access sa LRT Grace Park mas mabilis kaysa sa Cubao. So let's check. Nakarating naman ako sa Manila. So at least mabilis. Parang 2 hours biyahe lang pala papunta ko na. Here na ako sa Jolly. Naiisip ako para magpalit ng damit. So I mean, I don't have proper clothes. So I'm just wearing like what? Pag-velvet. Kung ano man tawag dito. Here's the outfit for bye. So ayan, 9 o'clock, nasa school na with Jolly breakfast, spaghetti, and iced coffee kasi walang burger steak. And tandaan ko, sa video na to din, umuulan sa amin, may konting spirito ng katamaran, ayaw pumasok. But here in Manila, kanina din umuulan, pero ngayon hindi. So on the perspective of a student, gusto mo mag-online or ayaw mo pumasok. Pero dahil nakonsensya ako, merong trigger na ganun something. So ikaw ay papasok. On the perspective of the prof, bakit yung mga estudyante nakakapasok or especially kung Manila based sila. And then yung ibang estudyante hindi nakakapasok. So it's really a balance. Kung magpaparesit ka, pag natawag ng estudyante hindi nakapag-receive, easy 65 na or 0, or you can just do discussion. So let's see anong nangyari sa 10 o'clock class. But for now, mag-breakfast muna ako. Ay, bakit sarado? No. So 20 minutes before the class, ayun, tapos na ako mag-breakfast. And ayun na nga. So buti, nag-decide ako na lumuwas or else ma-absent ako. Kaya lang, nga wala akong laman. Hindi ako nagbasa. Hindi ko alam kung may case or continuation ng discussion on module 3. So, bahala na. Basta mahalaga daw, you show up and bumawi. Pero, syempre, our allowance for today ay nalagasan ng, saan ba, 89. So, pag ganito, nagbe-breakfast ako because na-stress ako sa biyahe kung papasok ba ako or aabot ako or umuulan ba. But usually, I don't do breakfast pag naka-fasting. So, sabihan lang tayo today. T-shirt, jacket, and hindi naman to yoga pants. Very like juicy couture, but it's not. It's BCDG. So, bye. So, heading to my class, I still have 17 minutes before it starts. Pangatawanan talaga, huwag na magbasa. Punta muna ako sa tindahan. Bibili ako ng candy kasi amoy spaghetti tayo for the day. At award parang medyo umaambon pa din. So totally not prepared. Ganito lang. Yun lang. Ganyan ang ganap. So laptop lang ang puhunan habang type ng i-discuss ng prof. Hindi na ako nag-prepare ang pagbasa. Pinangatawanan ko na kasi natawag na ako last time palpak ng receipt. So kung babawi man ako at magpapapansin sa prof, magtatanong ako ng questions or situations na related sa topic. Okay, welcome to a day in the life of a real estate broker, salesperson. So, nandito kami, naghahanap ng kwarto, this is a 2-bedroom, nakalaki. Kailangan 10 kami dito. So, that's the first room. CR with bathroom. So, parang ano ba? This is kalahating dekada na or something. So, pag recruit kami, kung ilan yung tao na kaya, living room na napakanak. Pwede dito na 5. Depende sa budget. Solo roommates room. Kitchen, where all the cooking and things happening. Plus, we have our laundry area here na pwede and all. With sariling CR. Plus, pwede mag-drain. So, it's a win. Pero saksakan. Okay, saksakan na washing machine. That's nice. So, if we're gonna peg it at some punta ako, ang dami. Pero mag-away-away. Hindi mag-away. So, we'll see. So, after our debate orientation, I mentioned, ang kaya na naman dito. Ano lang? At another day, asing class ako pumasok. Our favorite water chicken. At alas 12 na, doon nagtapos. So, dinner lang after, yun nga, nag-debate orientation kami sa mga newbies. So, nag-discuss anong roles ng mga speaker ng ADJ and how's the experience. Ano ba? Ilan ba yung bagong umaten? Like mga 7 out of the 12 na bagong recruit, both researchers and debaters and also. That's a good night. Tapos, Monday, first par namin. So may mga 2 or 3 session para to come up with the teams kasi yung mayroong mga ano. But here's my gym. Bye! So another day, another sleigh. Hopefully, it's Sunday. Ano lang, 12:30 na or 1 o'clock. Nag-asing class kami for my 8 to 10 class. So that's good kasi at least sagot-sagot lang, copy paste, and that will serve as reviewer na for midterms. Plus, nakapag-rest ako kasi parang 12 o'clock na kami natapos kagabi, tapos naglakad ako. So mga 1:30 na ako nakatulog. Tapos nag-alert ako ng 6, tapos tuloy-tuloy lang. So for today, we're very casual lang. Kasi online class naman. And this is my last 2. So Sunday and Monday to secure my receipt for midterms. And so far, ano ba? Nakabawi ako kahapon sa cream kasi na-rounds ulit ako sa receipt, so medyo na-hit ko naman. So thank you, Prof, for giving me the chance, or I'm not sure, random call. Yeah, so ang isang sablay ko lang na receipt so far ay isa sa N5 due to my weak internet connection. Dahil wala eh, kailangan ko magpa-medical. Kaya ngayon, I'm gonna secure my EIN because I'm back on reporting and hopefully wala nang itanong si Prof. Matuwa naman sa mga side comments ko dahil yung mga terms and yung mga parts of my report na discuss na last week ng mga ibang reporters namin, nakagroup ko dalawa. So my topic will be parang subjects of international law, which is the state, na magpo-focus ako on how states are created, how are they become extinct, tapos ano ba, mga trust and territories na hindi siya gusto nila. So today, ayan. At tapos may practice kami ng songs, yun ang isa sa mga magiging problema ko, yung pagkabisado ng lyrics. But for now, maaraw, so perfect. I love it. So yun lang muna. Bye. Continue later. Hey, time check, it's 2 o'clock. Which is 2 hours before my reporting time. And let's continue my story time. So di ba nga, kahapon galing akong probinsya. Tama, Sabado. Ayoko pang pumasok dahil umuulan sa probinsya tapos umaaraw naman pala sa Manila. Buti nilang pumasok ako kasi naging advantageous sa akin. Dahil sa aming guild debate office para doon mag-aaral. And of course, I had these people there. So para may sarili kaming teritoryo. May saksakan, hindi na ingat. But ito tingin may start time dito. Kasi yung baka ang gulo. At dahil ang tanga ko, oh my gosh. Nakalimutan yung charger ng laptop. So kailangan maghanap ng tao sa library na nakalinaw ko din na ano ba yun, square type ang port. So dito sa dalihim na lago siya ng switch. Very Hogwarts dito, nakakalimutan. Basta saan ko pupunta. But I have another option. One is motor, yung laptop, yung charger. But I have to ask my housemate for that. Or i-print ko yung script ko. Or bumili. Hindi. Kaya mag-iwan ako ng extra charger dito sa office para sa mga ganyang bubo moments. Kasi kapag nagpapit ako ng bag. Anyhow, yun na. Nakikita naman ako ng libro sa library. So supplementary reading. Maybe, sa phone lang ako ka-attend tapos chichika ako. Pwede din naman, kung worst comes to worst, prepared naman ako. So yun lang, bye! Yun na, dahil wala akong charger, I got my script printed na lang. So, kailangan mag-start at makaraan ka sa mga problema. Kasi dito nakasalalay ang yung pag-success sa buhay at stress. Pero yun, kailangan always double check, especially for changing your bank. So, still 1 hour and 15 minutes before reporting. Feeling ko naman, medyo okay na ako kasi nag-news report na ako sa kanya. Although, that's not really my topic. And I'm not sure kung paano siya mag-read sa last standing and performance. Yun, kasi ako ang atake ko. Parang, you always need to make an impression with your prof. Kasi baka mamaya, sa sobrang dami niya ng class or estudyante, nakalimutan ka niya. So kung alam niya na pabibo ka, may ibubuga ka, hindi ka naman sure at nag-make sense yung mga report mo. And then go, baka may consideration. Hindi mang care ng charger sa IT, pero wala silang stock ng ganun. Kaya, ako ay magmamanong-ano. So dito masusukat ang tunay na tinatawag na ganda lang ang puhunan. How am I going to survive my report later? Kaya, mas maganda mag-supplementary ako dun sa books na hiniram ko sa library. So, yun, last minute thinking. So, bumalik ako ng IT. Sabi ko, nagpapera po ba yung laptop? Kasi plano ko, yung connection ko, sa iPhone na lang ako what do you call that? Magkakas. Kasi ang kinoconserve yung battery ng laptop ulit. Baka 1 hour and a half na siya. Kung kailan ako mag-report. Yun naman pala, pwede naman pala. So, ayun na, last 10 minutes before login. Saka siya commander sa isip ko kasi pag nai-stress ako ng situation. But anyway, that's good din. So, I can be prepared. Like, I can do multitask. I can still use my phone para mag-add sa report ko. Kasi, medyo nagulo. Yung iba yung slides. Yun nga, yung report ko na ulit na, mauulit which yung report ng mga classmates. So now, I'm waiting for the laptop na ibibigay ng IT department. So, at least that's nice to know. Pwede pa. So, ganun sa buhay. Laban lang ng laban. Or minsan, last minute, doon ka nagkakaroon ng mga creative juice and all. So, yun. Bye. Game time. Stress. Kailangan perfect for our class standing. Meeting passcode. What is my meeting passcode? 3 Ganun dapat para ganado mag-aral. Okay, start na ng report ko, so make sure dapat nakapalitada para maganda because may crush tayo, mga crushable. Para pakak. Level of confidence 55 to 65%. I'm not yet happy with my report. Dadaanin ko na lang siya sa bula-bula. At ayan, start na kami.
And the conditions are condition of the
Ayun na, natapos na yung previous report at ako na ang next. Pero may pa-activate siya, Kahoot. At mananalo ng 200 pesos. Ako din.
Yes,
Okay,
po.
paano yan?
Move on to other subjects of international law to be reported by Sir Guzman.
Hello everyone, good evening. First, audio check. Can you hear me? Ayan,
Yes po, loud and clear.
the rain is a bit hard now here in the school. So on my report, this will be the continuation of the report of Ma'am. Thank you so much for the wonderful definition and technical terms that you have provided with us, as well as also a review na lang din of those principles and terminologies mentioned by Mr. our previous discussion and earlier today. So for the subjects of international law, my topic assigned is all about the state. So on the slides, you can focus on the definition and example, but I will be also providing a written output after my report because my explanation on this report is different from what will be projected on our screen. So, Bidel, next slide please. So first, ako din, hindi ako magpapatalo. Okay? I have a game. So for 50 pesos, Gcash later, I will be asking, next slide. So it's all about our state or the different countries. My topic will be focusing on how states are created. So in recent times and of course historical perspective, how states are extinct or how they become, unrecognizable in the modern world. And what happens if a state is succeeded or annexed by a different territory. So that's the principle of state continuity, succession of states, and also about succession of government and the different types of government as well, which was discussed na din earlier. Next slide please. So for 50 pesos, Gcash or Maya, anyone, can you type in on the chat box how many states or nations are recognized? Okay, we have our first answer, Mr. Bernabe. Correct. So we have 195 states, while the two are on observant status in the UN. Next slide, please, Bidel. So that one, it's the Vatican and Palestine. So we have 195 countries, all distributed on the different continents in our country. So this is just like FYI. Thank you. Next slide, please, Bidel. So now, let's have a recap of why is it important that we know what the elements of a state is. Because of course, we want an international personality and the state is also subject of international law. Once we lose one of these elements, it may affect on the personality of the state. So following the Montevideo Convention, we have 4 elements. I think Consti 1, we discussed this, right? So let's integrate that. Now, first element, there should be a permanent population. So all of the states naman originated with having this native inhabitants. So even before, like diba, Australia, they have their natives. The United States of America, before it was the British people declare this as their own country, they have the Native American Indians. So once a state loses its population, for example, a territory, there's a volcanic eruption that destroyed everything and killed all the people there. That may now affect one of their elements, which is population. Second would be there should be a defined territory. So the land area, the waters that are covered as well. But we're definitely focusing on the established and published land surface as well as the coverage baseline points of this territory. Because sometimes these states or country can be separated, can be divided through different means like revolution, annexation, or cessation and cessation and unification. So it's important that we know what the territories are because it's evolving. Some states unified or they are combined to make the modern country or the modern state now. Another one would be the government, regardless if it's the de jure or the de facto one. It's a matter of the recognition of how the other countries like the 195 or the 193 UN recognized states will acknowledge the existence of this government, its people, its territory and all. And of course, the fourth one is sovereignty, wherein this particular state can interact, can transact, can join international communities and how they can do diplomatic affairs with other recognized states. So yan po. Let's just memorize this and it's very important. So now, next slide please. So creating the statehood. Why is it very important? The recognition in public international law will give advantages to this territory as well as their government. So in transcendence of what Ms. Amparo have reported earlier, the concepts and the theories, I will now give concrete examples in our historical perspective as well in the modern times, how these principles are applied in our society or in our world now. Next slide please. So first, one of the most important factor would be recognize this state or territories are recognized by existing states as well. So I would say, and in my opinion, the US recognition is one of the most powerful. So historical context, before Taiwan was recognized by the United States to be an independent state, they have transactions, they have diplomatic affairs with the US. But during the last 50 years, when there's the one China policy, that the US acknowledged and validated that claim of China, Taiwan has been recognized by the United States to be an independent foreign state. And of course, the big countries like those who are members of the G7 or G20 will also follow. So fast forward to 2025, there's like less than 10 countries that recognize Taiwan. And these are mostly, these small states or trust states that was independent now, like Guatemala, Haiti, Paraguay, Belize, Palau, Vatican, Tuvalu, and St. Lucia. Those are just the countries that recognize Taiwan now to be independent and separate from the People's Republic of China. And then on the other end, Kosovo being part of the European geographical location, Kosovo has been increasingly validated and recognized by the bigger countries like Australia, US, Japan, South Korea, but still its mother country where it separated from Serbia, they still don't want to recognize Kosovo. So right now, Kosovo is on a floating status, even though they are applying for their European Union membership. So it's really important that, influential, powerful states, like the members of the UN Security Council, diba? And then yun nga, G7 and G20, because it's like sa friends, diba? Parang hindi tayo bate, wag niyong pansinin yan. So if they are ganged upan, so negatively or in a positive way, that will influence the recognition of this. So let's wait what will be the progress, especially since Kosovo now has applied for European Union accession. Next slide, Beetle. Now, in the case of USA, we all know that the founding fathers of USA originated from Great Britain. So, di ba sila Benjamin Franklin, sila George Washington. They sailed from the UK, landed on the US land which are inhabited by the native Indians, and then they declared their independence from Great Britain in the US. So, once they have settled their community there, even if their government, even if their revolution or their separation from Great Britain is not yet formally recognized, some countries, especially the Paris, it became the spark of how the USA came to be. So, 8 years after the Treaty of Paris and their declaration of their independence, nagsunod-sunod na yung mga ibang countries for that, like Portugal, Russia. So, all of these are on the European side of the geography. And that's how you know that you are already a recognized state. If more powerful, established, and historically recognized state or territory have already given you validation that you are independent, that you are a separate state from your motherland. And that's the story of USA. So, historical background lang tayo. Next slide, please. Now, for diplomatic recognition, we have these bodies of states that can convene to recognize you. So we have, as I said, we have the express recognition, which was discussed by Ms. Amparo. We have two types of the standards for a state recognition. We have the declaratory theory and the constitutive theory. But of course, now we really want other states to formally recognize you. And as of today, it's only really Taiwan, Kosovo, Northern Cyprus, as one of those territories that have not been recognized, even though they are independent already, even though that they have sufficed, oh my gosh, what will be their state name or whose government or how are they recognized. So there are three ways that a state already existing or recognized can become extinct. So first is annexation by another state. Second would be the dissolution of a state. And third would be the merger with another state. So from the previous slides, this has already been tackled as well, but let's delve into the details. So first, annexation of another state and how we can see it in the modern context. Next slide, please, Vito. So again, annexation, dissolution, and merger. Merger, or I would synonymous to unification. Next slide, please. So here, a state extinction will have an effect on the treaties. Because what will happen now to the existing state if it has been overpowered or if it has been controlled by the new powers or by the new government? So we will discuss that on the succeeding slides. But again, for example, USSR, best example, got dissolved. So from one mother state, they become now 15 separate states in modern times. While the United Kingdom, having different territories, government, and states, they have collaborated, they have combined, consolidated. So the Kingdom of England, the Kingdom of Scotland, and the Kingdom of North Ireland, they have now become United Kingdom. So it's just one country. So they have unified or merged. Next slide, please, Vidal. So as I mentioned before, belligerency. Belligerency is more of one state using power to parang get the territory of another. And nowadays, the international community doesn't approve of this way. So I could say that belligerency can be synonymous to annexation. So when Kuwait was annexed by Iraq, because Iraq was more powerful during that time, and then they got hold of the government of the territory of Kuwait. the international community did not approve of this and did not recognize. Hence, they give sanctions. They give the United Nations Security Council troops around that area to fight the forces of Iraq. And fast forward, right now, Kuwait is an independent territory or a different state to Iraq. So that's why it is powerful how the international community can recognize or not recognize this type of arrangements, whether it's via treaties, agreements, cessation, ceding, or even your annexation and belligerency. Talking about annexation, that's also what happens in the Philippines again. It's like when we were colonized by the Spanish regime. Naging annex tayo, we have become the territory of Spain. And then in the US also, before gaining our full independence, we are annexed by the United States. But in modern times, there are territories that have been annexed, maybe not by para sa naging fruits of war. So like Puerto Rico, it's still under United States. Guam, ano pa ba? Like US Virgin Islands. So those areas, they are not part of the United States on geographical location, but because of all these things, they have become recognized to be a territory of the United States. So that's how we're going to attribute what annexation can be. It should be recognized by other country to be successful. Or if not, the international community will bombard you with these sanctions or force, that pressure, political pressure, just like what happened in Iraq annexing Kuwait. Next slide, please, Bidel. So yan, annexation again, when before Korea was part of the Japanese imperial territory. Because diba, during this time, warring times, kingdoms are expanding, even what you call that, Roman and Greek times. Diba, we have Napoleon Bonaparte, we have sila Augusto Caesar, right? Coming from the European side, they have conquered Egypt and all because they are expanding the territory. So even thousands of years, this has already been happening, annexing a territory under the crown or under the emperor or other territory. So fast forward, Korea has become now an independent country, and then they got divided north and south. But that's it. Annexation usually happens in a war of warring state of other countries, and then the one who loses the war can surrender as well part of their territory. Or if it's not a direct infiltration or direct access to that specific territory through soldiers and war, then still annexation can be given voluntarily through agreements and treaties as well. So that's how you become as well extinct, because your current name or your current status will now be absorbed by the foreign or by the new state. Next slide, please, Bida. Next slide, please. So again, we relate that the Philippines was annexed by Spanish regime, then the US regime, then part of it Japanese, and then eventually we have become independent on our own. So again, a state becomes extinct if you voluntarily want to separate from the current state. So again, we're just repeating the concept, but we're just having technicality, what is correct with the definition. So in this case, again, the Socialist Republic of Yugoslavia before. So Yugoslavia, it's just one territory before. But then, ayan, nag-breakdown sila. Naging, in current times, they have become Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia, and Slovenia. So if you're thinking about the Miss Universe, the title of these candidates, they represent a country. So before, having a bigger territory or a bigger state like Yugoslavia, they have now become these different states. So just for visualization, next slide please. Okay, so historical context, you can see, di ba usually the territory, ano nga ba, what's the definition in Consti 1? Parang it's a continuous territory, especially by land. So these places, these base points, they are compacted or they are near, adjacent to each other. Now, if you break it down, or you have voluntary dissolution, nag-separate na sila into the different states that we have now in the modern world. Next slide, please. Next po, Bidel. Thank you. Am I still connected? Hello po. Racket, aligaga. Practice lang. Someone else's day. I hope that we all far away. I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. When I go the distance, I'll be right where I belong. The walls around me, they are distant from me. I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I'll find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. Everyone deserves a chance to fly. I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I'll find my way. If I can be strong, if it's worth my while, I can go the distance till I find my heroes. Welcome right where I belong. Where I
My heroes, welcome
Tapos where I belong. From the start. Till I find my heroes. Welcome back.
Ganyan, ate. Yung ano ka? Seryoso ka sa record na yun. Seryoso ka sa kanta.
Hello! Guys, focus na.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a hero's welcome would be waiting for me. When the crowds will cheer, when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be."
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I feel it playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instinct. Close my eyes and
can go the distance till I find my heroes from the right where I I'll be there someday.
Game, last na po everyone.
Everyone, hindi na nagkakalo-talo.
Teka lang, mag-share mo yung Go, play.
Simula.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where our heroes welcome will be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be."
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I feel it playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second mistake. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and it's time to
I'll be
rejoice.
there someday. I can go the distance. I will find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. When I go the distance, I'll be running where I belong. I can go the distance, find my way. If I can be strong, every mile will be worth my Everyone deserves a chance to I'll be there someday. I can go the distance, find my way. If I can be strong, it's worth my while. I can go the distance till I find my you. Welcome right where I Tingnan namin kung nagkasabay-sabay kami.
It's time to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my distance. Close my eyes and it's time to
I'll be there
rejoice.
someday. I can go And Hagardo Versosa, oh my gosh, isang pagmumuni-muni muna sa gabing napaka-busy. So what happened today, nag-report ako, chika-chika, hindi ko naman naiintindihan yung report ko dahil paulit-ulit lang na-discuss na ng mga naunang reporter. Tapos namatay pa yung laptop na hiniram ko sa IT. Naloka ako. Diretso connect sa mobile data. And lakas ng ulan, so yung mobile data. Anyway, success. May 10 minutes pa for next reporting. And mukhang okay naman kasi may sinabi si prof na thank you for being creative. Pero hindi ako yun. Bali ko ba sa iba? Chinika-chika ko lang siya tungkol sa Ethiopia, South Sudan, Korea, USSR, ganyan. Tapos, nag-practice kami ng singers. So, problema ko ngayon, kakabisaduhin yung lyrics. Nakakatatlong practice lang kami, 2 song yon. Yung first song, kabisado ko na kasi kinakanta ko naman yun. Pero yung bagong song, na may pagkarap pa ng konti, paano ko kakabisado yun? Codal provisions nga, hindi ko kinakabisado. Tapos, on top of that, habang nagpa-practice kami, biglang may emergency meeting para sa post-bar. So, sinama ako dun sa ganap ng eksena, pero hindi para pretty lang, charot. So, meron tayong magiging role. Gagawin ko siya ngayon. Buti nilang prepared na ako sa report ko bukas. And then, pinaplano ko lang yung buhay ko for tonight, kung anong gagawin ko. At yung ganap ko bukas. Tapos Tuesday, mag-check-in kami kasi may free ako na room at home. My gosh, ang hectic. And then, magre-review. Paano magre-review? And then, eto pa, weekend sa Sunday, post-bar namin. Isipin ko pa maglaba yung outfit ko. Kasi magpe-perform kami. Tapos change out. Hindi, magpe-perform kami. Tapos mag-a-assist pa ako sa mga artists. So, hello, Michael Pangilinan. Ayan. Kasi kasuhin natin mabuti. And then, so another outfit. And then, syempre, pag post-bar na, another outfit. So, 1, 2, 3, 3 outfit ang kailangan kong igayak. And, na-stress ako. Bakit ganon? Tapos, nag-meeting pa kami sa guidance org. So, yun, ang busy. Pero I love it kasi ibig sabihin, may silbi ako. At, yun, I'm part of the community. So, yun lang for tonight. Overall, sulit ang aking pagluwas. Kasi kung hindi ako lumuwas at nag-stay lang ako sa probinsya, wala, puro online ako. Walang ganap. Yun. So,